Good evening, everyone. My name is Phyllis Anderson. I am so excited to see that you guys are here. If you're here on this call, you're either already using the products or you're curious about them, the Plexus products. A little bit about me is I'm an emergency room nurse of 22 years, but 28 years total in healthcare, and found these products when I was in a place of like, gosh, Western medicine isn't working for me anymore. And so thankfully, a lot of things turned themselves around. We have a special testimony for you to hear tonight, so I'm not going to spend much time on mine. It is on my YouTube channel, and it's very heavily about menopause. And so, yeah, so feel free to check that out. What is Plexus? Or, yeah, we are a gut health company. We focus on balancing our gut microbes, blood sugars, that help maintain a healthy weight. It reduces our systemic puffiness or inflammation that is responsible for pain and sometimes weight gain. Our company is—
Okay. You got it. Okay, bye.
Mute ourselves. Let's see. I got it. Okay. Our company's been around for 14 years, which is really cool. So we are sold in 5 countries: US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, and New Zealand. Our products are GMP certified for potency and validation of ingredient claims. We're third-party tested for impurities, toxins, chemicals, and pesticides. We are globally sourced and organically grown where possible. Okay, but the fields that they use too, if they can't be organically certified, they are using really good, clean. Let's see who is not muted. Sorry. Okay, grab that. Okay. I think we got them all. Okay, yeah, as people come on, if you guys can mute yourself, but I'll try to keep an eye out for that. Okay, so yeah, only the purest forms of our ingredients are used. So Rachel is here tonight. She is—
Sorry, I'm sharing one more time really quick.
Okay, she's essentially my family member. We'll just call her a cousin. And I'm excited for her to share her testimony with us this evening. So Rachel, I'll let you take it away.
Okay, I actually started taking Plexus about 5 years ago when Phyllis was just starting out. And I talked with our Aunt Mary about it, and I was taking it for just a brief period of time, and I wasn't consistent with it, and I didn't give it enough time. In these days and times of instant gratification, we all want to start taking something and have it work right away. So unfortunately, I didn't keep taking it. And this time around, my husband was the one who was struggling with some physical health, just maybe a little bit of extra weight, and doctor was wanting to add some medications for him. So I called Phyllis and I said, Phyllis, we need to get Brian to do this. And then I'm watching him and he's like, doing so well. So I decided, well, I'm going to start, took a while, and I started to take it. I first just started drinking. I started stealing his Slim, and it was so good. It just made me feel so good. And my story's, way different. I'm sure everybody's story is way different, but mine is different from Phyllis's and from Brian's, in the way that mine is more of a mental health and wellness story. I do take, medication for my thyroid, basically. But other than that, I have struggled for the last 20 plus years. I've taken medication for anxiety, mostly for anxiety, but it can lead to depression. And in the last 4 years, for sure, it's gotten worse. And I was really just kind of living in this cycle of, I would feel good for a certain period of time and something would happen and I would just hit this wall and I would be just in this downward spiral, and it would literally, I'd call the doctor, I'd call the, psychiatrist even at some point, and they'd say, well, let's change this, or let's tweak that, or let's do this test or that test. And they would try me on something different, add something or up something, and 3 weeks later, I would be, pretty much back to my normal self. But in the meantime, it was 3 weeks of really me, Brian. I know he says I disappear. My person that I am disappears. And I mean, sometimes I didn't get up and go to work, but I would get up and go to work, and I'm only really half there for him, for our kids, for our grandkids, for everybody around us. And it's hard. It's just a tough battle. And about last year, actually, about this time, maybe a little earlier last year, I started seeing a new one of my psychiatrists left our practice just left and didn't even, I had no idea. I called to make my next appointment and I had a new person. And I was like, that made me panic, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I've finally gotten kind of okay. But it had gotten to the point where it was every 3 months I was having this roller coaster. It wasn't just, once a year or something trigger. It was all the time. So I started talking to him, and I think in that time I realized he was asking me questions. He's a really nice guy, and he was really trying to help me, but they don't know what to do. They really don't know what to do. They just want to give you this. And he put me on another medication. So at that time I was taking 3 different kinds of supplements that were considered for mental health. He added a blood pressure medication that I was taking at night. It was a very low dose, but it was for PTSD and for bad dreams and getting you to sleep and keeping you to sleep. Plus I was taking my regular medication for anxiety and depression. And, I finally just realized that I have to figure out, what I can do. So I started incorporating some things like meditating and doing all these things. But then, Brian's taken this Plexus, and I'm going, I never gave it a full try the last time. So I first started taking his pink drink, and I noticed that, of course you have more energy. Everybody notices you have more energy. But I just felt better. And it wasn't like everything around me is perfect. It was just like, it's okay if it's not perfect. It didn't just push me over that edge into a spiral. So then I started taking the triplex, and, little by little, I started really realizing that I've been this way my entire life, really. And I needed a fix. I needed a different fix to get to the root cause, like Valerie says. And then listening to Phyllis and listening to the others, I realized that, all of that gut health, the serotonin that's made in the gut, and getting all of that bad stuff out, and all of the things that I've taken and gone on and gone off of, that's probably what started that cycle that I was on. So I kept taking the triplex, and then I was going to have a bottle and I forgot. A month ago, I'd say 2 months ago, I started taking the Vital Biome. Phyllis is going to show it. And I cannot say enough about Vital Biome. Yes. Everybody on earth should take Vital Biome. This is started taking one, and I felt better. And it's not that I have a very stressful job. Brian and I have been married for almost 10 years. We have 7 kids between us and 7 grandkids between us. So something is always going on, right? I mean, you always want all of your kids and everybody to be happy and not sick and all of this other stuff, but that just doesn't happen. That's not how life is. But taking the Vital Biome, I meditate in the morning. I'm still doing some of the other things that I've been doing. I have quit taking all of the other supplements I was taking. So I was taking 3 supplements before for mental health, and I was taking that blood pressure medication for PTSD, and I've quit taking all of that. The only thing I take now is my thyroid medication, which hopefully maybe one of these times I'll be able to come take off that. And then I still take a medication for anxiety in the morning. But it's such a different feeling. I mean, I hardly used to sleep. Even taking all of that medication, I had to take something in order to go to sleep. And then when I would wake up, I would feel super groggy because, you know, I'm taking all this stuff to make me go to sleep. And yes, I didn't feel stressed out or I didn't feel anxious. Well, that's not true. I did anyway. But this is just a different feeling. You know, I go to sleep now, and when I go to sleep, I sleep for a solid 5 hours usually. And that's amazing because that's not like me at all. And then I'm in the morning, I'm up, I'm ready. And even, you know, sometimes it's not perfect. Sometimes I wake up and I don't feel so great. But I know as soon as I get up and I drink, so I drink the pink drink, mix it with active and collagen. And that's my morning cocktail that I drink. And I know that once I drink that and I take my Vital Biome, I'm going to be okay. No matter how I'm feeling at that moment, just tired or sluggish or anxious or whatever it is, I know once I get that in me, it's just, you just drink it and you're like, okay, let's start the day. So my story is very different, but it's really, for the first time in a long time, we're going to go on a vacation here shortly in a few weeks. And I'm not worried about what I'm going to feel like when I'm there. Because I was living my life worrying about, okay, I feel fine right now, but what about when Christmas comes, or what about when we go here, or what about when all these people are here visiting us at our house? You know, how am I going to do? You know, and then I was making myself anxious about even that. So this is the first time in a long time we're getting ready to go on vacation, and I told Brian I've even just recently almost stopped thinking about when is it going to happen again. Because I was living in fear of when is this going to happen again? When am I going to just tip? Because I would literally be okay one day and wake up the next morning and not be. So that's my Plexus story. We should what do we hear that comedian say? We're going to be shaking our medication like, or our supplements like maracas.
Like maracas.
Yeah.
I'll shake these all day long, you guys.
Yeah.
This is legit stuff, and you just feel good. You don't have side effects. So Barbie, she segued right into you, girl. If you could
You sure
share,
did.
I know we're going to talk about Vital Biome, Active, and Ease, which is like, this is all precious gold, but Barbie's going to share.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. That was awesome. And I can relate on so many levels. So you guys that don't know me, I'm Barbie Anderson. I am Phyllis's sister-in-law. And I started these Plexus products because of anxiety, mostly. Like, I learned that all of our happy hormones, our serotonin, 90% of our serotonin was produced in our gut. Like, in that, to me, like, I battled anxiety, and I used to exercise like crazy to burn my crazy. I just had all this pent up, like, doomsday, like, ick. And so that's why I actually started them. As I shared on the other call, I was like, I was turned off for a while because I thought it was all about weight loss, right? Like, all about, and I was like, I'm not interested in that. But you guys, our gut microbiome is everything. Like, once I dug in and started researching, I'm like, how have I not known this as a nurse? Like, we don't educate on this at all, nor are we educated. And it's quite disturbing, to be honest, because if you just do a simple research on your own, you'll see how important it is. Our immunity, our brain health, like all of it, our gut health, our weight, our hormones, like everything, our skin, like so many, every single system is affected by our gut microbiome. And so caring for that is huge. And so Vital Biome, we call it our chill pill, cool as a cucumber, right? So I take 2 of them every day. I know it says only take 1 on the bottle, but I take 2 because I need it. And I love it. So Vital Biome is actually a probiotic, and it differs from Probio 5. Those are the 2 probiotics we have. So Vital Biome does not kill off Candida, right? It will a bit, because it's going to overpopulate the good, which can crowd out the bad, but it's not specifically like the Probio 5 that has the digestive enzymes that kill Candida, right? But it has 2 clinically proven strands of psychobiotics There's literally strands of psychobiotics, and those are for your mood. And so it's basically, this is designed for mood and digestion. Two things I had, IBS and anxiety. They link. Anybody that has any kind of irritable bowels, right? Anything GI, I forget what the statistic is, but it is like over 50%. I think I want to say 80, but I might, don't quote me, have mental health issues. So whether it's a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of depression, a little bit of something, or a lot, it's all related right there. So I love that this one, it helps reduce GI distress, plus it helps boost our mood and decrease anxiety. It stabilizes the hormones, it promotes relaxation, stops bloating. I would say that I could plank all day and I'd still feel bloated. And a lot of that has to, the Vitabiome helps with that. Of course, our immune system, because we're increasing our probiotic, increasing our gut microbiome. So I love the Vitabiome. I'm going to be really brief because I know we're short on time. Ease is another one of my favorites. And actually, I love to start people on this one as well. I call it the ice pack for our system. It just cools everything down. It relieves pain. So decrease, it's got 4 ingredients. All 4 ingredients in here are potent anti-inflammatories. So it's going to eat away scar tissue. Even the serapeptase like eats away scar tissue from old injuries. Turmeric, decreasing inflammation plus immunity. Serapeptase in there, and New Zealand green lip mussel, all very potent anti-inflammatories. It relaxes smooth muscles. So my husband used this for his shoulder pain. He had chronic shoulder pain, and he started taking 6 of these daily. Pain went away. He did not need any more steroid injections or anything like that. It's great just to calm our system, especially when we're going through, when we start the triplex and we're killing off candida. This will help with our detox symptoms as well. So I love this one. And usually the loading dose is 3 in the morning and 3 at night. That's the loading dose. And then you can taper down. If you don't have symptoms, you can just start with 2. Like if you don't have any pain or inflammation, no autoimmune flares and things like that, you can just take 2 and 2. Beautiful thing is whoever signs you up will guide you in the dosing of that. That is perfect for you. And then active is my other favorite, although I'll be honest, I'm not going to say that. I have the lemongrass flavor in my hand. There's 3 flavors. There's the lemongrass, there's the starfruit guava, which is my favorite, and the mango, what's it, is it mango something? That is my favorite. I like those 2. This is my least favorite out of all of them. But what it does is amazing. So it's an antioxidant blend. It's got, it's going to increase nitric oxide, which is going to increase oxygen to our cells. It helps feed the oxygen into our cells. So that means immunity, right? Better muscle recovery. I use it as a pre-workout often because you do have that increased oxygen to your cells. You'll have less sore muscles. I used to be the girl I was a fitness instructor, and I would be like, no pain, no gain, right? Like if you're not feeling it, you're not working hard enough. Not true anymore. Like all of that has disappeared, and it's because of the active. It's because my muscles are oxygenated. So great for muscle recovery, stamina, endurance. Of course, immunity along with that. It's green tea and yerba mate, so it does contain caffeine, 100 milligrams of caffeine. So average cup of regular coffee is 80 milligrams of caffeine. This is 100 milligrams, but it's all natural caffeine, so you don't get the jitters, you don't get the spikes, the highs and lows from it or anything like that. And antioxidants, you guys, are powerful for our body, right? Like, sorry, my daughter's talking really loud in the background if you can hear. But they, like, antioxidants attach to free radicals, right? We're exposed to free radicals on a regular basis, and they cause damage to our cells. Free radicals damage our cells. And then our cells have 2 choices. They either replicate damaged or they die. doesn't sound good, does it? You wonder why there's so much disease and things going on, right? So the fact that the antioxidants, they attach to those free radicals and they prevent them from damaging our cells. So this is an amazing drink. If you need an energy boost, a little pick-me-up, L-theanine in here for mental clarity and focus. I mean, when I work a 12-hour shift, for sure by 3 o'clock, I'm drinking one of these because critically thinking all day is exhausting. So if you are out working and you are like, I need to think, I need to focus, this is a really good supplement for you to add in as well.
Thank you, Barbie. I just put in the comments too, because we've gotten a lot of feedback from the women who report that the men are saying that this active is really a deal maker, I guess, with helps with erectile dysfunction, because we've got the nitric oxide production. So it's dilating smooth blood vessels. And so that allows more blood flow to all the areas like Barbie talked about, but with the special exception of another one area. So thank you so much for sharing that, Barbie. I love listening to you. So I am going to quickly zoom over our gut health, core gut health products. And so we have our infamous pink drink. We have 2 different sizes. One has more fiber than the other. This one, obviously, and then our little one here has it's microbiome activating. It is like Miracle Grow for the good gut bugs. So we want 80% good bugs, 20% bad. In the US, it's a lot of the time flipped, where it's 20% good and 80% bad. So Plexus is going to get you back into balance. And so it doesn't only just balance the gut bugs, it balances blood sugars, hormones, helps with craving and appetite. It also helps detox heavy metals because it crosses the blood-brain barrier, which is really special because of the alpha lipoic acid. It will also detox your liver. So if somebody's out there with fatty liver, you need Slim. Even if you have no weight to lose, Slim is going to do some big work for you. Helps drive down cholesterol levels that tend to be high, puts it into normal range. Same thing with blood pressure. So again, if you have normal range of all those things, it's not going to bring it too low. It's just going to get you in that healthy range. So that's Slim. Okay, BioCleanse is a gentle cleanse. It sounds like it might be a colonoscopy prep. It's not. It supports healthy digestion and it scrubs everything pink and shiny. It also helps get rid of reflux, restless legs, migraines, just to name a few. Okay, super powerful. Our ProBio 5, this one helps eliminate the Candida yeast. It's a patented, powerful digestive enzyme blend that promotes a strong immune system. So they are finding that 70 to 80% of our immune system, our gut's responsible for that. We talked about 90% of our serotonin, GABA, dopamine is made there, and 90% of our melatonin. So ProBio 5 gets that back into balance, guys. So we are healthy, happy, we're sleeping, and our immune systems are strong. We can fight off all the little things and the big things. It does help eliminate cravings for carbs, sugar, and alcohol. Those are things that normally feed that Candida yeast. So when we're killing off the yeast, it's no longer sending a signal to our brain, feed me, feed me all the bad stuff. And this also helps with symptoms of leaky gut. It actually helps to pull the weeds out. And this next thing I'm going to show you is going to seal up those little micro holes that Candida yeast pokes with the aloe that's in our X Factor Plus methylated multivitamin. It's multi-mineral. This one stimulates the good gut bugs to grow too because of the polyphenols that are inside this. I talked about the aloe, aloe, that's very healing to anything pink and shiny. So blood vessels, sinuses, bladder, intestines, you use your imagination there. We also have a natural antioxidant that's New Zealand black currant that will help to increase ferritin levels, which helps produce or maintain iron stores. So it's great for treating any kind of anemia. It is a great prenatal vitamin. We talk about 2 different types. They say because of the vitamin A that's in X Factor Plus, for the first trimester, this is from a pediatrician on our team. She is saying, just stick with the plain X Factor, but trimesters 2 and 3, because the vitamin A levels are low, they're just not wanting to, just don't even do it in your first trimester, but you can go to it for your 2nd and 3rd. The ingredients here, I've done them side by side with some methylated prenatals, and it is superior actually to the prenatals that you will find that are like $52 is what this one woman was paying. Ours is $34.95. So it's great for adolescents. Anybody that can swallow a pill, honestly, is good to go with our X Factor Plus. We do have a kids line of vitamins, probiotics, and their own little prebiotic drink. So, Barbie, did you want to talk about the ways to purchase our products? And then we'll just wrap it up with that.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So there's a couple of ways you can join. The most like common way that you join is being a VIP customer. And a VIP customer, basically, it's $10 to sign up. It gives you a membership for the whole year that you can purchase for a discounted cost. So I sometimes use the referral of like, you pay your Costco membership and then you can go in and shop at Costco versus going to the local grocery store where you're going to pay, you know, a few dollars more per product, right? So you get to sign up this month with a welcome pack. Our welcome packs are discounted. So you can get like the triplex that Phyllis talked about, usually like slim and 2 products you can for $99, but we have a 20% or a 10% off discount code that you can use with that. Or you can get a larger pack for, well, I guess it's like 109 and 209 really, but with the discounts, it brings it down. So it's $10 off your 99, it's $20 off of your 209. And basically with the 209, you're going to get more bang for your buck, right? You're going to get about 6 products in there. So you're going to be able to sample a little bit more. If that's overwhelming to you, if you're like, I'm not used to taking pills, I don't want to like go that big, you can start out with just the smaller pack, maybe add in, I always like to add Ease. I tell you, if you're going to start on the triplex, you need to add Ease to your regimen. But you know, you may not find exactly what you want, but the combos are all there and we will help you decide what is the best regimen for your needs, because we all have different needs. We're all in different levels of our health. We're all going to respond a little bit differently. And that's why communication is super important. So when you do sign up this month, you do get a free bag of Active, which you guys heard I love. No, you guys will love Active, honestly. It's an amazing product. So every new welcome pack order gets a free bag of Active. And you know, if money is an issue for you, if that's something you're like, this sounds really great, but I'm on a tight budget. Like for me, when I first started, we had just bought some property here on Kauai and we planned on building a house, and my husband had me on a tight budget if we were going to do this, and I wasn't allowed to spend any extra money. And then all of a sudden I want to buy these supplements. And he's like, are you kidding me? You don't even take any supplements. Why are you doing this? And so I went ahead and got my mom and 2 friends to join with me, and 3 people at that time paid for my supplements. I think I got like $150. This month you could get like $500 if you get 3 people to come with you. So much different now. They're being way more generous than they were 4 years ago, but still it was a good deal then, and I took it. And from there it all grew because I had results and my friends were having results, and so it took off from there. It doesn't have to. You guys don't feel like you have to do a business by any means, but we all have 3 friends that need help. And when you can start something with a friend, the accountability, it keeps you going. So Phyllis and I actually started our products on the same day. I did sign her up, but I think the shipment to Hawaii, for some reason, we both got our products on the same day because she ordered the very next day. And we started together. Phyllis had immediate results. Like her hot flashes were going away. She was like losing weight. Like everything was positive. She was just like on. And I was like, yeah, maybe I feel some extra energy. Not really. Like it took me a couple of months before I realized like, okay, this is working. And I was committed to 90 days because I know our cells regenerate every 90 days, right? And we don't know where we are in the cycle. So I'm not going to assume that, you know, if I don't have immediate results. If you're looking for a quick fix, this isn't for you. Like you have to be patient. You have to communicate. This is true healing from the inside out. but we're here to support you. Like you have a great network of support here, and having an accountability partner. I was encouraged by Phyllis's results, so I kept going. And that was all by myself on month, buying my second order, spending $120 a month on supplements. Would I have been as excited about it if I was all on my own? Probably not. But I was loving and feeding off of her results. And then come around 2.5 months is when I was like, oh my gosh, like my anxiety is better. Like I am able to eat cheese again. And like, because I had a lot of food intolerances, and that all stems from leaky gut, you guys. So skinny does not mean healthy by any means. Don't ever think that somebody, if you have a friend that's skinny and you're like, well, I'm not going to reach out to them. This is not all about weight loss. This is about true health. This is about health and prevention. And yeah, so I'm excited about it. There's talk to us, whoever invited you to this call, talk to them, and just know that we're here for you, and we can give you as much or as little information as you want.
Thanks, Barbie. Okay, we're going to open this up to some Q&A for a few minutes here. If you, whoever brought you here, please reach out to them, because now is a great time. Barbie shared why. And I mean, now is the time. What are you waiting for? So please reach out, do that. Come be a part of this team. Here we are. This is us. And we're a good group of people. So I love Becky is saying quick fixes always fail 95% of the time. And her daughter, side note, loves the active drink. Who does not love the active drink? That's my question. So I don't think there's going to be any hands raised there.
I know. I just will say that my daughters, like with their Starbucks, and then the teenagers grabbing those energy drinks. My husband was drinking those energy drinks. They're so horrible for you. And now they all drink the active. I love it. Like, I'm like, yeah, have an active, have a hydrate. We haven't talked about hydrate, but I'm like, I would so much rather see them drinking that. And it's cheaper. Like one stick of active is like $2. A can of Monster is over $3. So not only are you saving money, but you're saving your health.
Yeah, for sure. I see Camila. Yes, honey. You'll have to just unmute yourself to ask a question.
Okay. I have not really been taking the active. I barely started just taking it maybe yesterday and today, and I'm drinking it. I put it in here. But you're mentioning about the caffeine, and caffeine really relaxes me, and I'm like really like wanting to go to sleep. So, and whenever I like want to relax, I drink coffee, because coffee just soothes me and relaxes me. And I believe that this is what it's doing for me, which is good because I'm just different, I guess.
It's so true. Everybody's different. And that's the really cool thing here is you can look at all these cute little tiles, and everyone's story is going to be different. There could be some similarities, right? But there's a lot of differences because we're just made up of different bugs. And all those bugs are so responsible for so many different things. So, I mean, Barbie said it, this is a long-term situation here. This is not 30 days or less quick fix. You won't find that. So a lot of times we'll just say, maybe come back when you're ready to just spend some time on your health, because we're here to really support you through that. Again, sometimes people will see right away.
All the other products are just doing what they're, I'm loving them. They're really great.
I'm so glad. And Camila is sharing. She is unapologetically sharing with her friends right now, and has received some really nice bonuses from Plexus. She did some more work last month. We're super excited for her because, it makes a difference whether you're a young family, just trying to make ends meet. Like, let's face it, gas prices and food right now is crazy. And so sometimes it's easy to put our health on the back burner while we pay for what we feel like are necessities. Well, why not make some money? A second stream of income is a great idea. Who talks about it is Dave Ramsey. He's like network marketing, which is what this platform is. It's how it's marketed out, but it's beautiful system because there's no, paying the middleman. It comes straight from our warehouse directly to your door. And we just send our friends a referral link and they order. None of us have to keep, products other than the products we're using on hand. You don't have to do a party. I love having people over to my house to do what we're doing here. So they can hold it, see it, taste it, and do all the things, but you don't have to do that. You literally can just share your link with your friends. So to get that money is easy. It's like Plexus is putting this stack of money on the table for you and saying, look, it's here. Do you want it? Okay, you don't have to take it, but we're going to give it to you just for reaching out and sharing with friends. Cause you never know, like, whose life are you about to change? There's some people on here with some pretty powerful stories that literally bring me to my knees because it's like, I just put a post up on social media. I just reached out to a friend. I just keep driving my family crazy. Brian and Rachel, no, with all my stuff, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful, the lives that you change. And you just have to be willing to accept a couple no's along the way. But investing in your health is totally worth it. Thank you, Becky, for that comment. Love it. Any other questions, you guys, for us? Okay, awesome. Any comments?
How long has this company been in business?
14 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, 14 years. They started out as a breast check kit company, literally one product. And that was before it was purchased by our current CEO and president. And then it started evolving to our pink drink. And then it was like the pink drink and then some weight loss products. And then they just went very holistic health and did gut health, reducing inflammation, balancing blood sugars. And it's like the magic secret sauce for addressing all major health concerns, at least in the US. By addressing those three pillars. Yeah.
So what would you say would be the best approach for someone that has that's a brittle diabetic?
Oh, brittle diabetic. So I say the triplex, which is our Slim BioCleanse ProBio 5. And they need to start with this hunger control, 100% hunger control, because the fiber there is going to help drive those blood sugars, bring them stable, but also bring their A1C down. Now, A1Cs can be tricky. The first 3 months, they might not notice a bump at all. But by month 6, their A1C, their doctor's saying, honey, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. I know Brian's testimony is that his A1C went down and he never had to go on any kind of medications. Yeah, it went down.
And that's called, what is it? Is that's hunger, let me see.
Hunger control.
Okay, that's the Slim. Okay.
Yeah, but it's hunger control, and we have the microbiome activating. See how they're different sizes?
Okay.
It's this hunger control that's really important for diabetics. It doesn't matter if you're type 1 or type 2. It works for both. Type 1 will always have to use insulin, but what they also notice is that the amount of insulin they're using goes down. People who are borderline pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic, they'll notice that they can get off their meds or never start their medication, never start like metformin or glucophage or glyburide. And then the ProBio 5 BioCleanse, because diabetics, their sugars they got a lot of sugar floating around. So they've been feeding Candida yeast for a while. They really need this. They need the triplex. That's a great place to start. And then honestly, adding X Factor Plus too, because there is chromium in this as well. And that balances blood sugars. And balance, I have that one too. Balance also, I don't know, I just like to show you. Balance also balances blood sugars differently than Slim. So there's a couple ways to go. But again, depending on what their price point, what they can afford, they can do just the simple triplex, get going there and get those 3 friends on board and start making some money so that cost isn't an issue. It shouldn't be an issue for anyone. I shared, there's a lot of people on here that shared. There's no reason not to share. Great questions.
Hey, Phyllis.
Yeah.
How are we gonna get access to the recording?
Oh, after this is over, I'll upload this to YouTube, but it'll be unlisted. So I'll have to share it with us in our team threads.
Okay, cool, thanks. Because
Yeah.
I had like 5 people that I wanted to be here tonight that weren't,
Okay.
that would really benefit from hearing this. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I like to, and then you can hang on to this recording and you can share it all the time. It's kind of like, maybe with the incentives might be a little different, but the meat and potatoes are here for sure. So yeah, and Becky's asking, is there age limit on any other supplements? No. You can rub some BioCleanse in a 6-month-old's mouth to get them to poop, because sometimes these babies, they're colicky and they're not pooping. And we have a pediatrician on our team that helps us with that. If we really do have a little one, a tiny one that, is having digestive issues, right? Because they get that, like that projectile vomiting sometimes when they're newborns, or they're not pooping. It's just digestive health. They're born with our microbiome. So it's like, thanks, mom and dad. But we give our microbiome to our kids when they're born. So sometimes they need a little detox and help too. Breastfeeding mamas can use this just fine. Pregnant mamas, it's really great for pregnancy. Infertility, female hormone stuff like adenomyosis, endometriosis, like you name it, PCOS, it helps with all of that. So it's limitless on the ages that it can help. And like I said, we do have a kids line specifically for our children. So Barbie started her 10-year-old on the BioCleanse. Yeah, because again, a lot of kids are constipated and parents will say, oh no, they poop every day. They're not pooping enough. Trust me. Barbie and I can vouch for that. We see lots of x-rays or CAT scans of little kids' bellies in the ER, and they're just simply full of poop. It is not appendicitis. And they just got themselves like lots of radiation on that belly just to find out that they just haven't pooped in days.
And same with adults, you guys. Like, I know people don't like to talk about poop, but I mean, I'm a nurse, and so I can just put it out there. But I have to tell you, hands down, the chief complaint in the ER, because I work triage most of the time, is abdominal pain. And so many people were not only amazed, but embarrassed when you told them, you're just constipated. And what do we send them off with? Miralax or some mag citrate, or, and if you're taking Miralax on a regular basis, there's certain ingredients in there that are actually toxic, and it should be used as a temporary fix only. And people, and same with Metamucil. Metamucil has like ingredients in there. You should not be taking that on a daily basis. It's not good for your system. So I just like, I'm not a lot of the kids, because parents don't maybe ask them, but even adults are amazed. And you can hold, like, some people that lose like 10 pounds right away in their first week, it's because they were full of poop and we got them pooping. You can hold 30 pounds of poop in your intestines. That's crazy. So when people tell you that maybe they had weight loss right off the bat, like a lot, you might just think like, oh yeah, because finally you're moving your bowels.
And
But
lots
it's
of
a big issue.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of inflammation too.
Mhm.
All right, guys, any other questions? Please feel free. Okay, we'll have a recording for you shortly. So thanks again for being here. Feel free to share this recording. You can't find it on YouTube. It'll be unlisted just because we are talking about things that are definitely not compliant. Plexus can't make those claims, but you'll hear the testimonies here. And so we just want to, keep it protected info, but also we want to be, transparent and share what is working for us. So thanks again. Have a great night, you guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks to everyone for sharing. Good night.